Hi, we have vintage doll's house furniture today. Now these two I got here from Vinted, so I was really pleased about them because I got them at a really good price. I got some little extra bits, and the other thing that I wanted to do with this video, we're going to look at these of course, but I've got a couple of projects I want to sort of update. They are still, I think they're still Lundby actually. You'll have seen them in the past when I've shown you them. I got this, two little chairs, so it's a little sofa set. And I wanted to get the furniture ready for me to do at one of the houses, which one day I will get round to, but it's getting there. We're sorting it out, should I say. So I'm wanting to just look at very briefly and simply reupholstering this. Couldn't be any easier. And also I had a little bookcase. So this is a little bookcase. And if I can see it, it's over here. It came with like a little block of books. Now one of them was actually already damaged, and I'm like, well, it's only paper stuck. Well, you can see it's only paper stuck to a little piece of wood. I'm thinking there must be others that you can download like that, so I have found some. Now I haven't tried them out yet. This is one. And I have another one as well. So we're gonna, when we go top down, we're gonna look at the new items I've got, the new vintage items I've got, and then we're gonna see sort of how we can go about cutting these, whether they're worth getting, whether it works, what glue I'm gonna use, things like that, because I literally have not had a go at doing this yet. So I'm going in blind, but I'm pretty sure that they're gonna be so simple that it's not gonna be a problem. So we're gonna go top down and sort out my little vintage collection, getting ready for the house to be completed. I'll see you in a second. So here we have the pieces of furniture I was referring to. Again, another Vinted find. I've got quite a lot of this Lundby furniture off Vinted. Always worth a check, but make sure, you know, sort of see what the prices are, compare, all that sort of thing. You know what it's like when you go online. Now, I'd already got a kitchen set and I thought that's what I was going to go for until I saw a set my daughter got when we went to the toy fair, and it was this range. It was a different background, but I absolutely love this. I think it's a little sort of more near sort of 1970s. The house is sort of 60s, 70s, but I just love it. Look, even little drawers. Got proper little drawers. See, oh, that comes off. I don't think that's meant to come off. Does this open? I don't know. Well, I don't know now because I've pulled that off, haven't I? That will push back in again. I'm not worried about that. I think perhaps it should open. It does look like it has an opening, but I'm not going to get in it now. In fact, I've got a needle. I have a sewing, well, my scissors might work. I need to be careful because I don't want to sort of damage it. It's going to open, isn't it? Yeah. Come on, open up. You can do it. Shouldn't really be using a pair of scissors to do this, should I? There we go. So, not that it was very exciting when we got in there. I think it perhaps did originally have little trays and things, but otherwise it does look like a proper little cooker. Look at that, even the little handles. It says Lundby on there, and the top seems all good. And I'm not quite sure these little pots. Do you reckon they might be oh, I can't think of the words, spice pots or herbs and things like that, but they're really super cute. And we've got a little cupboard in there, and I just thought this was perfect for the next house that I'm going to do up. I love the red tiles that are there. Some of it's coming up a bit. It's only a bit of glue that needs. That's not a big deal, but I do need to glue that back on now, so I'm careful not to lose that. And then this other little cupboard, let they go side by side. So she has a, don't really should have a sink next to the cooker. We should have a bit of a gap. Should we go the other way around? That's the way it is in my house actually as well. So yes, she needs a little bit of a gap there. I was pleased with the sink because the tap is actually all in one piece, because that's quite often a place where they get broken. Again, little drawers, little cupboards, should I say, not little drawers. Love the detail, even the edging here. It just makes it really like a proper little kitchen. They are plastic based. But these pieces are actually wood, so there's a mixture. As I said, there's some older Lundby which is all wood, but I think this stage, they sort of, as we get to the 70s, we've got a combination of plastic and wood. But I think that is now, as far as I'm concerned, I do have a little fridge that could go next to it. Sort of, I suppose that'd be a white scud, so it wouldn't necessarily have to match. But yeah, that is basically my kitchen done. So I'm really excited about that. And when I ordered it, I also got this because the seller was actually selling these. I mean, those are two different sellers, but I got these as well. How cute are these? So we got some little pans, a little bowl. not quite sure. Oh, actually, I think that's a pan stand, isn't it? Maybe a little bit big for this. I think it's probably more sort of a 12th scale, but it's still cute. And I can use it for other things, even if I can't. I mean, the pan stand might even work for Cindy, to be honest. I've wondered what that was. It's definitely a pan stand, isn't it? Has it got a brand? There is something written inside. I can't see it. Oh, I think it just says Hong Kong. So it's sort of made in Hong Kong. Is there anything else written on anything else? There is, but again, it's so tiny. You guys, in fact, I might be able to see it after I've watched the video because it might show up. I think it just says Hong Kong, something. There might be numbers and then Hong Kong. But they are super cute. So they were just a little extra. I think they cost £1. So I wasn't complaining at that. So I'm really super pleased with those. So those were the new bits I got. And then I mentioned I had this little sofa set. Now, again, I think it's Lundby, might be wrong, but usually these real solid wooden pieces are. Now, this is cute, but I thought it was a little bit dull, so I wanted to sort of try and update it. So I soaked it because it's only glued on. So I managed to get it off this one. The wood's a little bit rough underneath, but that is just how they were made. And this is the strip of the fabric I took off. And as you can see, it's nothing special. It's not hemmed. It's not anything. So I wanted to find some fabric in my stash, and I chose this one because I thought it still had that sort of slight sort of older vibe, but it's brighter. It's got a nice colour to it. So that is why I've chosen this one. So we're actually going to cut this now. As I say, I'm absolutely winging this. We're only going to deal with this one. We're not going to sort of mess about with the other two as well. So I'm going to undo the fabric. Let's go for that end because then I can put the fabric on my knee so it's not in anybody's way. So basically, all I need is a piece cut out that size. And what I should have had was some pins, so bear with me while I grab my pins because I'm not going to bother drawing around it because even if it was slightly out, it's not the end of the world. I'm sure they were very sort of mass produced when they were. So let's just pin this piece of fabric to this piece of fabric. Yep, so we've got that there. And I'm just going to cut it. I'm hoping, like I said, for this bit, I might alter it after the fact. I'm hoping that the patterns are going to match up, but I'm going to worry about that afterwards. I just want to sort of, oh, look, it's stuck. I have a magnet for my needles and it's stuck to my scissors there. What you could do is you sort of lay it on the other side and actually draw a line, or if you've got a fabric pen, you could do it like that. But I'm the master of the bodge, so there we go. We'll move that to one side because it's taking up the space at the moment, and I'll take my pins out into my little hedgehog pin cushion. I was just thinking where all the pins are. I know where they are. They're on, I've got a pin cushion that goes around my wrist, and I wonder why you've not got any in. It's because they're all in there. So that's our little bit of fabric. Okay, we're thinking, is it going to fray? Is it going to work? I don't know. So basically, it's going to go on like that. I don't think I need to worry too much. I think it doesn't matter where the pattern is. Now, it needs to join underneath. This one did anyway. So I would have to start my gluing about there and glue it all the way down. Now, it's not going to stick in the time span. I'm going to do it with you guys. I'm basically pulling it all the way around and gluing it to there. Now, I think that makes it a little bit brighter. Do you not think? I think that's a nicer sort of colour. I have two types of glue. I do have a Pritt stick, which I thought maybe. And then I do have PVA, but then I'm worried that the PVA will actually seep through the fabric because it is quite a thin fabric. It's just a thin cotton. It's also back to front. I'm thinking it looks very pale. Dear me, sometimes. Right, it'll look even better this way. Oh, there we go. That's better, isn't it? That's better. Yes, that's a nice colour. I'm pleased with that colour, but that is basically all I've got to do is glue that into place now. Now, when I've done it, I'll probably pop some photos on to sort of show you what I actually did. The thing I can't make up my mind is, am I going to paint this? I think perhaps leave it wood, because a lot of the Lundby stuff is wood. I'll maybe make a nice little cushion. I mean, I do have some little sanding blocks here. Maybe just give it a little sand down, sort of maybe bring it back to its spark, bit of a polish, something like that. I mean, that bit's quite smooth. It's only the underneath that's rough. So that is all you need to do for these. I don't know, that's okay. I just felt it was a bit dull and it won't go with sort of the colour scheme I'm thinking. And I think this will work out nicely. I might make a little cream throw or something like that for the sofa. I mean, it could be just dirty, that, to be honest. Well, you can see where the line's been drawn. I'm wondering actually whether this would have been original, or has somebody made it in the first place? They decided they wanted it like this, like I've done. So that's all I'm going to do with that. It's nothing complicated. That's why I say I'm not even going to think about it. I was just going to wing it as we went. So that's something I need to do. I think I'm going to leave the wood natural. Let me know what you think. I'm not going to stick this on. I'm going to wait for some comments. Should I leave this wood natural, or should I paint it? I was thinking of doing it a cream if I did. But I think I'm perhaps natural. Then I can do cream rugs, cream cushions, throws, things like that, crochet them. So I'm pleased with that. That's going to work well. Just got to decide on the glow. I'm going to have a bit of an experiment with the glow to see what seeps through. Sometimes, I mean, for example, this Pritt stick is actually purple. So if I just sort of did that, I'm not sure about the hold of a Pritt stick though, and just down, you know, it might work. Because it's not heavy, is it? It's not coming through, which is good. As I say, I'm concerned about the wet of a... Should we do it? We'll just do it. We'll see what happens. I can always sort of wash it down and take it off again. So I'm just sort of running the Pritt stick around. So over it goes. Push it into that corner. Make sure it's nice and smooth. And then over the top, pull it tight. I don't know whether it's hard to get the glue into that corner there with the Pritt stick. We don't want any lumps, do we? Need a bit more glue than that. Over it goes. And yeah, it works. Not sure on the longevity of the glue, but that might not be a bad thing, because if I ever wanted to sort of take it off, it's easy to take off, isn't it? I do use the Pritt stick for wallpaper and things as well for the dolls' houses. What do we think? Let me know if you use something else, if you do use PVA, but I'm quite happy with that. I'm definitely happy with the colour. It's sort of old-fashioned enough, but it's sort of modernised it up as well. So, yeah, pleased with that. Now, the other thing I was talking about, which I am going to use the Pritt stick for, was I got this little bookcase, which has these little faux books in, but you can see it's all sort of, where's the glue's gone old, and it's been chipped in places. So that's just the block, and that's the piece of paper that comes off it. So I'm thinking there must be somewhere I can print off an image that I can add a new one on. So first of all, I found this one. Now this was a free printable. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And I'm sort of like measuring up. I'm thinking, oh, that one would work. That looks about right. But I'm thinking they're a bit dull. I know they're dull, but I wanted a bit of colour into my little house. So I then started to look for another one. This was free, just easy to download. This one was from Etsy. Now it's nice and bright, and this cost me, I think it was £1.49, something like that. So, and it's a digital download, so I've got this download now if I wanting to do something. So I think out of choice, this is the better option. But now I need to find, in fact, I think that's upside down. I think it's meant to go that way. I need to find a set of books that would work, because ideally I want them so that they're all the same level, because we've got wood behind it, haven't we? So if I get one with lots of dips, I suppose it's dark, it would show. So it's a case of choosing a colour I like. I actually sort of do, I'm saying I want them bright. Look at that section there. That would actually work. So I'm just going to use my scissors. If you've got a guillotine, it might be better. I have got a guillotine, but I can't be able to get it out. So I'm just cutting across. Ta-da! And then, which section was it? It was this one, wasn't it? You watch, I'll cut it too short now. The beauty of this though is I have it as a download. So if I want to print another one off, if I make a mess, I can print another one off. Now imagine how cute is this. Oh, this is going to work. I'm really pleased with this. Look at that. That is exactly what I wanted. Okay, so we need to make sure it balances out. And I mean, look at the difference that makes. So, shall we stick it before we cut it? I don't know. I'm going to just push it all the way around. So I'm just so I've got my corners. So I know where to cut, basically. That one, wasn't it? Ideally use a pen or something. Pretty stick, yay. I don't know why this one's purple. Are they all purple? I'm sure they didn't used to be purple. But yeah, this is a purple Pretty stick for whatever reason. I'm sure there's some, I suppose it's so you can see it, isn't it? And let's stick our little box onto our little wood. It's a little bit deep. Shouldn't have stuck it onto I measured it, should I really? So how much do we need to take off? You can see I should have cut that off first. I can use my tiny scissors for that. So they are my embroidery scissors, which I shouldn't really use, but that works. And let's have a look what they look like in our bookcase. Oh, I'm so pleased. Look at that. Over the moon. Need to do the other one. It just gives it a bit more colour. I mean, these were all right, but it's a bit dull, isn't it? But yeah, it looks like she's got some really nice sort of novels to read there. Now, again, like with this, what do I do with the wood? I actually think I want this natural wood. I want to just sand it down. It needs smoothing in a few places. It's not bad. I haven't got a clue what brand it is, whether it is a Lundby. Again, I think this was one I got from the toy fair. It was a bit of a job lot, but that I'm over the moon with. So I have the other block to do because that's still got its paper on. So yeah, it needs soaking off, that bit of paper. But basically, I'll do the other one, and that means I've got a little bookcase. It's all looking very renewed. So simple, nothing complicated. That's the best way to do it. Enjoy it. I'm going to now take some time to sort of take these off and cover them up and make them look nice, and then I'll probably sort of I don't want to make a throw now, and then I might do some photos. I've not decided yet because I'm not sure when I'm putting the video up, but otherwise I'm really pleased with that. Hope you enjoyed that little nosy at what I've got. Let me know if I'm wrong with any of the names or anything. Let me know whether you think I should paint or not paint. Sometimes you paint something and you really regret painting it afterwards. That's the worry. But that, over the moon with, and that is staying real wood. And as I said, this one off Etsy, £1. Like I said, there was different colours as well. I got 6 different colours. I didn't like the other colours. I just wanted this one. But you got it anyway included. And the other one was a freebie. So just look for book spines. I look for downloadable book spines. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. I think actually, although I think I put so many words in, it was unreal. I think I put downloadable in, a miniature, book spines, printable, downloadable. I put all those things in, and eventually I got led to this Etsy one. If you're wanting big ones as well, you know, say for you wanting to do some decoupage or some faux furniture, things like that, they've got some big ones as well. Really nice site. But yeah, £1.50. That was well worth it. It's £1.50 or 49. I can't remember what it was. So that is my Doll's House Bits and Bobs today. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for joining me. Pop a comment below. Please like, subscribe and share. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye for now.